Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Welcome to anybody that's watching, and we thank you, and we're really ready to start. 2017 has started. I don't know about you, but I feel like a real calm in the shift that happened from one year to the other.
Yeah.
A really peaceful New Year's Eve, even though I celebrated at a wedding.
Oh, that's awesome.
Danielle and Ryan, good luck again, and I love you guys. It's feeling like things are in motion.
Definitely. I'm really excited about it. I always get excited this time of year, but I'm even more so this year. I just could really feel the energy that you're talking about.
Yeah, and with the numerology being a number one, it really is about really finding like your soul purpose. And that's what we really want to do, is because we both feel like we're living our soul's purpose. Even if what we're doing right now, today, in the moment, is just a bridge to where we're going, we're really comfortable in the space that we're in, feeling really good about what's to come. And I'm happy every day.
Yeah.
I find all the things that I have to be grateful for. And if you've been doing that gratitude list that we told you to start, and today's not too late to start, write down 5 things, at least 5 things, but you can write 100 if you want. Write 5 things that you're grateful for. And then the other thing I told you to do that I know isn't a simple thing, but it really does get easier. Send love, forgiveness to 3 people that you really don't care for. Believe me, try it. It really feels good not to have that stuff on your shoulders, weighing you down. So you really want to find out why you're here. I really know that part of the reason I'm here is to kind of be a hub. I know a little bit about a lot of things, and it just seems that at the right time, at the right place, with the right person, I can say the right thing. And I'm sure you all experience this too. You're talking to somebody, and all of a sudden you find that you said something that really helped them, and you walk away feeling really good about that. I mean, this is part of my work every day, so I can't really say like I don't love what I'm doing. But how are you and what you're doing? Like, are you really loving where you are and what you get up and do every day? Like, I can't wait to get up, get showered, and get here every day. So maybe you want to like reflect and think about that.
Yeah. And so when you're doing that, it's helpful to write down, if things are not feeling good to you, what is it that is not feeling good? And I would write that. I actually brought tools with me today to kind of show you what I've been using to make my own changes. And so I've been writing stuff down like crazy. I use this clipboard. I have so many notes to myself for work, for my life, for everything I'm trying to change, I've been writing down. And so if you spend time writing down, even on a blank paper, what you don't like, what's not feeling good to you, and then on the other side, it should be a little bit easier to say what you do want. It should be the opposite of what you don't have currently. And start operating from there to write all those things down that you do want for yourself.
And it's funny because I actually wrote down to tell you need to clear out your mental house.
Yeah.
And how you do that is take a really good look at your life. And let's just use this as an example. You have a little bit of lack of finances. So instead of looking and saying, I don't have money, look at why you don't have money, because everything that's out there is a reflection of what your thoughts are. And I know we keep repeating this, but you know what? Until you grasp and understand that every single one of your thoughts shapes your life, none of anything you set out to do is going to work. I'm going to tell you that now. So write down some of the thoughts that may be making you feel not worthy of earning, make you not worthy of picking the right numbers, make you not worthy of really needing that in your life. So maybe somebody, said something to you when you were younger, like, oh, you don't do that right. So right away you think, well, I'm not worthy. And that I'm not worthy is a perfect example of one of the underlying thoughts, that you're not worthy of receiving money or having that prosperity.
And that becomes a habit. I was just listening to Tony Robbins even on my way here, and that's one of the things that Tony says, exactly the way you're saying it. And then he says that becomes a habit. You start to live that. So that's something that, if somebody told you that when you were younger, you don't have to live that your whole life, but something about it you took to heart, and then you constantly play it over and over again. And then it's changing that, like you're saying.
Right, and these are thoughts and beliefs that really don't serve you anymore. And it may have come from a parent, a relative, a teacher, a friend. Someone told you something, and all of a sudden your perception is, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve that, I'm not validated, whatever. Write those things down. Write down all the things that you can remember as far back as you can. Write them down and really take a good look at them and say, do I really believe that? And here's what you're going to do. Whether you believe it or not, you're going to write on the other side of that paper, I am worthy.
Yeah.
I am worthy of receiving all of these blessings and all of these things that are so due to me as a birthright. And when you start writing those things down and you start feeling how good it feels to have these things and write them as you have them, that's the very beginning of starting to change your thoughts. And your thoughts can be changed in 1 second. 1 second. You're in the house, one of your kids just dropped your favorite dish. Of course, your first instinct is going to be like, but if you can learn to go, it's just a dish. It was an accident. You know what? In that moment, choosing that peaceful thought, and that's how fast it can happen. And look, this is stuff I've used. There are moments every day in my life where I need to use this and practice it. It's become part of my life. It really has become. So that's why I feel so passionate about just even this one thing, changing your thought. Like,
the faster you can do it, the faster it's going to serve you. You'll be able to get out of that.
And it's really the faster you feel it coming on.
Yeah, for sure. And we're in this year. This is the year we're going to be able to manifest faster. Let me tell you something. I've been manifesting forever. But guess what? I wasn't manifesting what I wanted. Right. And now we're trying to teach you, because we learned and we mirrored each other.
Like this horrible 2016. Now the way we're talking is like,
it was like,
oh
our
my
biggest
God,
lesson.
it was full with so many lessons that we're busting at the seams to help you out, because we hear so much negative from people, and we're like, no, go ahead, finish. I'm sorry.
We totally mirrored each other in those moments. I just had a couple flashes of me and you sitting here talking, and in those unworthy moments, being like, what are you talking about? You are worthy, and you are, and so we did it with and for each other. But you can do it with and for yourself in the mirror. You can write it down. You can find a buddy, who's looking
or
to,
a group of buddies,
who's looking to move on too. And you can also look for mentors who maybe they're not, some people go to somebody just said to me yesterday, the Roosevelts, that there was, everybody has all these different qualities that they wanted. And so those are names that pop up, Eleanor Roosevelt for women. But also anybody who has done or does what it is that you're looking to do in your life, you can just kind of read about them and see what you can change. What is their philosophy, or, what is it about them that you like, or just somebody in life, people don't really like or understand when you ask, can you be my mentor?
Right.
But if you're in a group of people who want to change, or you notice
and what
the
an
conversation, honor. Yeah, for sure, what an honor. You know, we were able to really help each other in those places
In
and
amazing
recognize
ways.
it, right?
And here's somebody a couple of years ago I didn't even know. And look how this happened, and you look how people move out and who's moving in, and as you mentally adjust and let go of things that no longer serve you, your surroundings, your environment, everything starts to change.
Yeah.
And it's really a lighter feeling. We're going into 2017, starting it, so much lighter. So it's a 1 year, it's all about you, it's about beginnings, it's about intention, it's about leadership, it's about, creating the life that you really want. And I mean, I don't want to sound like a book or anything, but I'm being like, really, this is how we've gotten to here. So get a second, if you have the ability to write a couple things down, I'm just going to give you a couple of bullet points, write them down, and then we can get deeper into them if you want to write in. Every day, start to eat well. Start to eat better. Mm-hmm. Look at your food. Look at what you're putting in your body. Is it fuel or is it filler? Okay, my son taught me that. Number 2, talk less and listen more. Mm-hmm. Look for times of silence if you're in your car. If you're not listening to something that's positive and uplifting, turn the radio off and just kind of sit with your thoughts, because that's when your intuition and your ideas happen to come to you. Another thing, exchange fear for faith. Practice faith every day. Faith every day. Every time a fear comes up, just go, you know what, I have faith that the universe has a better plan, and I'm going to move through this, and it's going to happen really quickly. This year, 1 manifestation. It's happening quicker than ever, and I don't know anybody that hasn't said that to me. Mm-hmm. 4, challenge yourself to grow and learn. Try something new. Stop being a skeptic. Stop going, I don't think that's right. I don't think that can. Don't go judging before you've tried something. 4, big. 5, okay. Give time to yourself every day. Yes. Reflect on your day, reflect on the week. Don't live in your past. Reflect on it. You know what reflection means? It's there for a second. Go back, get it, and just grab the lesson and contemplate in the moment. Where are you? How did that change you? Feel the feeling. Feel what it felt like, and then feel how you're feeling now. Notice that you really are starting to adjust to a lighter body. It's happening around you, but you're just not aware of it, and try to be aware of it. Mm-hmm. That's the next thing. Be completely aware of where you are and your intentions, and make sure what you're planning for yourself, what you see for yourself, is really aligned intentionally at all the levels with what you're feeling and why you want that thing. Mm-hmm. You are where you are because of past actions that you've taken. Mm-hmm. So change what you want to change now. Yeah. And listen to your guides when you're looking at what you want to be and where you want to go. Listen to your guides, not out here. Other people don't know what your journey is. Other people can give you their ideas, but what's going to work for you isn't necessarily what worked for them. And own that. Yeah. Own that you have to be the controller of your progress and where you're going. And your thoughts do mean something, and your thoughts do count.
Yeah, and definitely look for those people, the ones who aren't going to be supportive in these changes, want you to stay with them in their complacent place, and you're not going to be able to make any changes if you don't take an action.
Yeah, if you're going to be resistance, if you're going to be resistant, nothing's going to happen. No. Nothing's going to change. Stop.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Complaining or saying, how do you do that? I don't know how to, or I don't know how to do it. Look, the internet has so much resources. One of the things that I've been doing actually this last couple of days is writing down my goals, and I got a little bit stuck because what I'm reading says do your lifetime, do your 10-year, your 3-year, and your 1 year. 1 year was pretty easy. Lifetime was a little overwhelming. And I thought, I don't have a big enough thought process to really come up with lifetime. But yes, I do. I want to travel. I want to do all these things. Well, when I Googled it, Jack Canfield came up, and he has a list of his lifetime goals. And Jack Canfield wrote the Chicken for Your Souls. And he's also a contributor to The Secret, which you're going to be talking about. And he has like 101 things that he wants to accomplish in his lifetime. And I just like read over it. I was like, oh yeah, I do want to go to Venice. I do want to go to Paris, And so I started writing down just because some of them were ideas that I've already had, but I didn't allow myself to think big enough.
Right, exactly.
So be inspired by what you can find out there, and start with that, and be gentle to yourself though.
Right.
That's one thing we think like, oh, January 1st. Oh, I got to start today. And then you're like, well, I can't start today because I'm still going to have pork and sauerkraut and dessert. And so then I'll start tomorrow. And then there's another excuse.
Right.
Don't do that to yourself. Give yourself, resource what it is that you want to do and put things into motion, one thing at a time.
Take that first step. Take that first step. You're better than me, 3 or 5 or 10 years. My thing is, next year, do I want to be sitting where I'm sitting now, or do I want to be? And that's what I do.
Yeah.
I go, no, I do not. And it's gotten me in and out of a couple life situations asking that question that aren't that easy to jump out of.
Yeah.
But, and Giuseppe actually this morning paid me a really nice compliment. And I think it's over the year. I mean, what you said to me today about how knowing so close and personally all of the things that have been happening, that he can't believe like I can just be like, whatever.
Yeah.
And it really has been thanks to all the things that we've been sharing with you.
Yeah.
And practicing. And I'd like to say something. Sometimes you'll read in books where it says, look in the mirror and say things to yourself. A lot of people have a really hard time with looking in the mirror and saying to themselves. And one day, after like hearing it so many times, I was like, well, you're over there brushing your teeth every morning, hopefully. You're brushing your teeth. And why not? Like for a minute, like even while you're brushing your teeth, like, I am willing to change. Yeah, I am really willing to change. I'm willing to change. I am successful. I am passionate about what I do. I am divinely connected. Think of all these things that you could be saying to yourself. And it's really not that hard to do. You walk by a mirror during the day. Oh, I am willing to change.
You are beautiful.
I am grateful. There you go.
Yeah.
Why not? It's really not that hard.
Yeah.
You have to be looking there anyway. It actually possessed me to put my affirmations next to the mirror, the medicine cabinet, well, the herbal cabinet in my house. And that's where it is. See, look, old training, medicine cabinet.
Yeah.
I only remember Paragoric, Vex Rub, and mercurochrome.
I was just thinking the same thing.
And iodine. Can you imagine that was what was in our cabinet?
My God.
And Band-Aids.
Yeah.
Now it's like 30,000 prescription drugs for people. And
Yeah.
hey, you know what? I want to get on that just for a second. This is the year to really find you and really tap into the purpose of your soul. If you're on something that is distorting your thought process, and you are being, what they say, dumbed down because you can't be aware of things that are going down, let me tell you something. Start looking for the alternatives.
Yeah.
Because you want to be part of this changing process. This is where if you're really ready to change, make that one of your priorities.
Yeah. You have to learn how to cope.
Learning how to cope, yeah.
It's huge.
And a lot of the things that we're teaching here is a really good place to start. Your world is ours. Your world is ours. Your world is yours to create, and you own your power that way. And your power is your mind. Your power, watch me, comes from here. and it comes out, and if this is not intact, you know, like that's the place to start, really.
Yeah, you have to be able to feel your mind, your heart area, and your stomach.
And sometimes things get worse
Mhm.
in the beginning, but that's because they're changing.
Yeah.
And no shift is completely without a ripple. So, you know, stick with it and,
Yeah.
and stay with it.
If you can think of it
And,
this
and
way,
right in, we're like happy to help you out.
how about how fast 2016 went?
Boom.
Seriously,
Boom.
when you're in the
Got hit hard, fast, and
yeah, right. When you're in the throes of whatever those moments are that, you know, bring you to your knees, realize how fast that year went by. Because if you start today, you know, by June, you can be in a whole different place than you are today.
And you know what you remind me of? Wayne Dyer has a saying, or somebody that he quoted had a saying that said, if something brings you down to your knees, pray while you're down there.
Yeah.
Make it a good thing. Look, even that can be something turned around to be there is nothing that can't be turned around to a positive.
Yes.
So work it, use it, write in, ask us. We're here to help, and we'll see you next week. And we love you.